Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Cam and Teddy Show. The more you watch, the more you know. I'm Cam.
I'm Teddy.
Let's start with some headlines here. Our starting headline is from our own school. Someone here has whooping cough.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know, Teddy. I think we should investigate with a full-on manhunt and then burn this person at the stake.
You know, Weatherboy Matt isn't here today.
Weatherboy Matt.
He's the real culprit.
Our own weatherman. We're looking at you. It's almost deadly. It is. It's deadly to infants.
Yes, it is.
It's a terrible, terrible
It's no
thing.
good.
No. Another headline. Dunkin' Donuts is changing their name to just Dunkin'. I mean, I've heard about this before, but I guess they're officially going through with the decision. Do you think it's a good decision, Teddy?
I do not. I'm not a coffee guy, personally. I do go to Dunkin' for their donuts. Now I'm disappointed I'm not going to be able to get my donuts anymore.
Now, if you go by the highway, you see their world headquarters, and they call themselves Dunkin' Brands. So I'm wondering if this is just a way for them to assimilate their brand into one, because they own Baskin-Robbins as well, and that's why you also see the seasonal Baskin-Robbins flavors. And over the headquarters just says Dunkin' Brands. They got Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins. So,
Well, if you go up Quincy Shore Drive, you can see the original Dunkin' Donuts.
yes, it's a great place, actually. It's looking really nice. But I think they're getting rid of it because nobody really wants to say Dunkin' Donuts every now and then. Everyone just says Dunkin', you know? Or I'm going to Dunks.
I mean, yeah.
You would do a donkey run.
I hope they're going to continue to serve the donuts.
They're obviously going to continue to serve the donuts.
Oh, well, then I don't care.
What did you think? They were going to get rid of the donuts?
Yeah, I thought they were going to be just a coffee
Dude, that's
place.
like half of their inventory. Like,
Dude, I don't know about that.
their donuts are popular, and I like them. They're pretty good. So Space Jam 2 is coming out apparently. I've never seen Space Jam 1.
Neither have I.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is about Space Jam. You know what I mean? It's not the biggest.
Space Jam 2 is the best movie of all time.
The second one that hasn't even come out yet.
The first one, but the second one's gonna be the second best movie of all time.
So it's not going to be better than the first. It's going to be a flop.
No, there's Michael Jordan. You can't touch that.
Okay, here we go. Six Flags. Everyone loves Six Flags. It's a great. Have you ever been there?
I've never been to
It's
Six
a great
Flags.
amusement park. I went this. I went this summer, and every single ride I told myself, I'm not going on that. No way, too scary. And then I went anyway, and I had a lot of fun. They like to keep their park open as long as they can. So during the fall months, they have Fright Fest, which basically they do like horror-themed rides, and they just put a spooky tone on the entire park. And now they're offering a challenge, which is the 30-hour coffin challenge, where I guess contestants spend 30 hours in a sealed coffin. Do they get air? Do they? Let's see.
Yeah, they get air.
Coffin dwellers, the park's
They die.
homes, will be chosen to spend 30 hours in a slightly used 2x7 coffins from 1 p.m. until 7. The prize, 2 2019 Golden Season Passes. That's like a mid-tier pass. That's pretty good. A Fright Fest price package, which includes 2 VIP haunted house passes, a ticket for 2 Ride the Freak Train for Freaks Unleashed, the coffin itself, and $300 cash. Would you do it?
None of this is worth spending 30 hours in the coffin. I'd totally do it if there were better prizes,
It is
but those all sound
100%
like
worth
they suck.
it is worth 30 hours in the coffin for $300 period, probably. Now that I think about that, probably not. But
That's like $10 an hour.
the season passes are very expensive.
Yeah, but I don't go to Six Flags.
Well, now you will. See, that's where they get you, and then they spend money on the concessions. But and also the big rides at Six Flags, you can't even go on. You have to get a boarding pass.
You have to
get a boarding pass for a ride. The Superman ride I could not go on because I needed a boarding pass, and I did not have one. I did not know how to get one. Yeah, and I bet you it costs money. I know.
Okay.
I know. So you get 2 of those. You get 2 boarding passes for this freak train, which is probably pretty fun. Plus $300, season pass. You get the coffin. You get a coffin, dude.
All right, so Cam is going to go spend 30 hours in a coffin this weekend.
I can do that. That's like nothing. That's like 30 hours. Come on. What about like bathroom? Do you need like, am I going to need to bring stuff for that? Attention everyone. Bill Cosby has been sentenced 3 to 10 years in prison. We got to remember though, 3 to 10 years, this man is 81 years old. He is very old.
He's probably going to die in prison.
Definitely going to die in prison. So, America's father has fallen. Next up on our list, we got a little cinematic documentary for you. I like to call it Mike Nisbet and the Art of Chirping.
I'm out here every day, grinding that 9 to 5 in the cold, the rain, snow. I'm out here practicing my chirps, trying to get that upper hand for those Friday night games. Hey, 13, you're supposed to catch the ball, not drop it! 22, your parents even come to the game! 18, it doesn't even look like you're playing football out here! Get off the field! My go-to chirp has got to be something about their personal hygiene. Hey, 13, your mom smells bad! Yeah, chirping it also gets some of my friends get in the crossfire, and they think I'm coming at them, but I'm just going at the other team. I'm throwing my whole heart into the chirps, Hey, this team stinks! Your breath smells horrible! Might affect some other people, but it's a dirty game, Get this bozo off the field! You stink, buddy! Go home!
Hey man, take on someone your own size!
Yeah, I've had my fair share of games that I've gotten the boot from. It doesn't hold me back from my chirping though. Actually, a couple years back, Championship Sunday, brought up the ref's mother and he tossed me. Tossed me right then and there, out of the game, gonzo. Wasn't welcome back either. That easily had to be the worst hockey game I've ever been to. Chirping's a lifestyle, and if you can't take the heat, get out of the oven. You know what I'm saying? Chirping actually is a serious matter, and we're very polite, respectful with our chirps, and we try hard not to direct certain players. We try and promote our team and not put down the other team with our chirps.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun filming that. That was really fun. Obviously, it was all acting. It's just a joke.
For the purpose of comedy.
Yeah, we understand chirping's bad, and really people shouldn't do it at the games. It got pretty out of hand last time, and that's what we're doing. We're kind of addressing it and showing, it seems funny, but really it's not, because you're insulting the athletes who work really hard at the sport, and I don't think that's fair. I'm going to describe this. Okay, last Monday,
Town of Marshfield had a bit of a scary situation.
Yeah, they did, and very scary. It was actually very similar to a situation that we had last year, where, but this one was a bit more serious of a crime. This man was driving on 3A and shot and killed his own his own wife, and then dumped her in the street, and then ran her through the woods. And eventually he stole a truck, got into an accident at a Dunkin' drive-thru, and this is the stupid part. He got in the accident, he just bumped him, and he panicked, backed out, and instead of just hauling it to some other area, some other state, some other country, he decides to return the truck and back it into its space and everything, back where he stole it. And as he was doing that, he did not seem to notice the police officer on duty interviewing the truck owner, and he was talking, filing a report that his truck has gone missing. And as he was getting out of the truck, he goes, "That's my truck right there." And they caught him.
Is this a true story?
This is
all
true.
the stuff that you're saying?
This is true. Maybe this was his way of turning himself in, or it just was a really stupid mistake.
I can't imagine anybody would be that stupid.
Well, this man obviously is not the brightest person on the planet. I mean, he killed his wife and then
that's
put her on the road.
That's usually not a very sane thing to do.
No. This man is obviously mentally ill, but he stole a truck and returned it. How nice of him.
Superintendent of Schools,
Superintendent.
Jeff Granatino from Marshfield.
Yes. We interviewed him, and this is what he has to say about the situation.
We're here with Jeff Granatino, the superintendent of Marshfield Public Schools, and we're going to ask him about the incidents that unfolded in Marshfield on Monday. Mr. Granatino, could you describe for us how you first heard about what was going on?
It was pretty interesting, actually. I was coming back from my daughter's field hockey game. As you may know, my daughter plays field hockey in Scituate, at Scituate High School, and I had left Hanover, and I was driving home. It was around 6 to 6:15-ish, and I got a text message from one of my school committee members in Marshfield who had said that she heard there was a shooter in the area. The search area for this perpetrator was going to be near the school. So I turned around and drove down Route 3 and was talking to my principal at the high school because I had heard and talking to him that there was a volleyball game going on, there was practices going on outside, and everyone had been brought inside as I was driving back down to Marshfield. Police came to the building because they knew that there was people in the schools and it was near the search area, and just more or less verbally told the kids in the fields, right, everyone back in the school, we have an active shooter situation going on, and we don't want you outside. The key to any shelter in place is to make sure all the entrances are shut down and locked, so no one can come in, no one can go out. And then you find a place that's secure in the building. You have your folks here. We oftentimes have shelter in places during the school day if there's a medical emergency. Someone's having a medical episode out in the hallway, and we don't want people passing between the bells. So we'll go into a shelter in place until that medical emergency has been dealt with, and then folks can leave the room. You had an idea that the person probably wasn't nearby, but you just didn't know. And after the fact, a day later, they were able to discern that he may not have been as close as we had thought, but you just don't know at that time. And the police, with in an effort to be overly cautious, wanted to make sure that we had our protocols in place because they really did not know where he was at that time. And there's a lot of woods when you come from 3A over to where the schools are. There's a big swath of woods, not many houses, and he could have been anywhere. He could have been in our building. He could have been around our building. He actually could have been in the building at the high school. There was a period of time between when the incident first happened and when we went to shelter in place that the building was open. So he could have, if he got over quickly enough, could have been in the building. And so they actually, while we were in shelter in place, they did a search of the whole building inside. We were able to execute things in a pretty productive and effective fashion. Here, the kids that were outside were on the football field adjacent to the building. In those woods where the gentleman was reported to have possibly been hiding, our cross-country kids run in those woods. So if this had happened 3 hours earlier and there was cross-country practice going on or a meet going on, that opens up a whole nother can of worms that we're going to be looking at and figuring out what's the best protocol to put in place for something like that, and what could have been done differently. Where do we want to make some tweaks to the program? But overall, it worked very well, and the police were very pleased with what went on in the schools. I think the biggest lesson is that as much as it may be not the most fun to sit through a drill during the course of the day, and again, we all have fire drills, and we now have the lockdown drills, you have shelter-in-place drills. They work. This proved. There was muscle memory built in. The kids knew what to do when they heard a certain thing. The administrators knew how to move folks into a safe area, and that's what we try to do when we do the drills. And everyone always thinks it's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen here. And luckily, nothing tragic happened to our students. Something very tragic happened to a poor woman. And we can't take that back, but we didn't have a tragedy in the schools, and we see some of these tragedies that occur around the country, and we think, well, it's Connecticut, it's Florida, it's Nevada. Well, it kind of happened here.
So I think what he had to say was really interesting. I think definitely the students were very students who were in the school at the time were freaked out by the lockdown, especially so late at night. And I heard he was out. He didn't get home till like 1 a.m. and then had to go back to work early. So,
wow,
props to him.
It's good that everyone's safe.
Definitely. Next on our list, it's pumpkin spice season, folks. You know what that means, Ted? Break out your flannel shirt and your your UGG boots, because it is sweater weather now. Not right now, but in the season, or at least Dunkin' Donuts and other restaurants are acknowledging it with their new pumpkin flavors and getting ready for fall. Shaw's has had had candy up on their shelves since August, but you know they're selling pumpkins now. I have pumpkins in my house now. So
You got pumpkins already.
I guess I did. I showed up one day and they were on the porch. I was
It
like,
seems early to get
I know it
pumpkins.
is. They're gonna rot. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna end up throwing them in the woods. But anyway, we want to compare and contrast pumpkin spice flavors. So our intern Maggie O'Donnell did it for us because she probably has a better palate than both of us. So we're gonna give it away to her.
All right. So I got the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, the classic PSL, and I hate it. I really hate it. It's actually awful. I'm just not I'm not a pumpkin person. Yeah, I just don't like it. It's just too sweet. It's not really like coffee. It's
Interesting.
yeah.
You think
it's
that's
more.
why everyone likes it because it's not coffee?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why people like it. I really don't. I don't see the appeal.
I got the pumpkin iced coffee from Dunks. It's a good it's a good option, I think. No, I'm just kidding. I got the pumpkin iced I got the pumpkin iced coffee from Dunks. It's pretty straightforward. They give you no nonsense. It's iced coffee with a shot of their pumpkin flavored stuff. Nothing fancy. It's cheaper than Starbucks. One problem though, they're gonna get quite a big mark off their grade because they forgot to give me a straw at the drive-through. So I'm using the Starbucks straw. So that's minus one whole letter grade for them. But other than that, though, very good. And also, possibly coming soon, there's a whole thing where they've been taking off every time you get a coffee, you get a sip, peel, win sticker. And you get some coupon. You know, sometimes they're good, usually they're bad. And I was excited to peel my sip, peel, win. And what do I find out? They already did it for me. How generous. But where is it? I think they took it. Coming soon, right, Teddy?
No, we are not doing a story.
We're doing a story. Teddy, it's news.
No, it is.
You were the one who told me to never stop chasing down a lead. This is a lead right here for the routine one. And our weatherman, Matt Luscombe, is in here.
Because he has whooping cough.
Possibly because he allegedly has whooping cough. You heard it here first, folks.
Very
Matt
alleged.
Luscombe has whooping cough. So our weather lady for this week is Maggie O'Donnell as well, our intern. We'll give it up to her.
Okay, so this week's weather has been pretty iffy, and you can't really tell what to wear in the morning. Yesterday, I woke up and I wore a sweatshirt, long pants, and I woke up this morning and I saw the same type of weather outside. So I wore long sleeve, long pants, and it's 20 degrees warmer, and you can definitely feel it in the air. Yeah, the floor is soaked. It's very wet. Right now it's actually 78 degrees, and yesterday was about 58 degrees. So, as you can see, there's a lot of differentiating temperatures here in Scituate. But this weekend looks like it's going to be nice and sunny compared to last weekend, which was rainy, cold. Definitely more fall-like weather. And don't forget, it's weather. Wait, that's actually like hard to do. Wait, it's actually like, okay. Don't forget, it's wetter weather here in Massachusetts. Teddy's favorite season. Also, grab your flannels, Ugg boots, bean boots, maybe some Converse with some cute socks. I don't know. But yeah, definitely changing up style for this weather. I'm Maggie O'Donnell, and that was the weather for the week.
That was good.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Maggie. What an interesting weather segment. Let's give it up for Sport Guy Gunner and his baggage, Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Gunner.
Is it me or
Yeah,
you?
it's you.
I didn't say it's Sports Corner.
And
Yeah.
this is Sports Corner.
All right, our game of the week this week was the Browns versus the Jets.
Wow, again?
I don't watch these games. Why do we pick
You didn't
that?
watch the game?
No.
It was a Thursday night game. Baker Mayfield came in, second quarter, absolutely shredded it up. So, congrats to Baker. Kind of an L on the Jets' part.
I feel like the momentum kind of just changed in that game.
It is
right
all
when he
Baker.
went in,
Baker came in and just shifted the entire.
and the celebrations after were crazy.
Oh
Do you
my
see what
God.
they did? They Bud Light did this promotion where they locked the beer in like different bars, and they wouldn't unlock it until the Browns won their first game, and they unlocked it, and it was like they won the Super Bowl. It was cool.
It was awesome. For NBA news, yeah, congrats Browns. For NBA news, Jimmy Butler has actually traded, or he hasn't been traded. By the time you're watching this, he will probably be on the Miami Heat.
I didn't know that.
I don't know how I feel about this one, Paul. Do you think that's like a good situation for him?
I know nothing about basketball whatsoever. Yeah, it's good for the East, and another good player, more competition, like what Teddy said.
Paul, you're hurting that credibility.
Situate football won 28-7 versus Plymouth South. It was a good game. They kind of smacked them. It wasn't really that close.
And let up a touchdown in the last couple minutes. So. Next week, they have North Quincy. Should be a good game, and see what happens there.
Is it home?
It is home.
So try and be there if you can. It's a good time.
I'll let you take this one, as he is on your fantasy team.
So we didn't do Certified Bum of the Week last week, but we're going to bring it back. So this week it was Kirk Cousins. He's on my fantasy team. Overall, the Vikings just got smacked, but I don't know if it's totally Kirk Cousins' fault, but 2 fumbles, an interception. He threw 200 yards in garbage time, so his stats were a little padded there, but he just did bad.
I think we have to talk about Josh Allen, though. That was a great performance, especially by the rookie, coming in and taking the Vikings down. It's a
I
tough
don't
matchup.
know how the Bills beat the Vikings that
Me
much.
neither.
That was bad.
Our last segment is the total credible Heisman race. I actually have a change this week. Paul, who do you have this week?
Same guy, Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State, my guy.
I took Tua Tagovailoa. He's just been tearing it up at Alabama, and it shows no signs of slowing down. So,
But Ohio State's probably better. Dwayne Haskins is a little better.
Big
No,
Ten.
all right, for next week.
Big Ten's terrible. Foreshadowing.
I'm Stephen A. Smith.
I'm Max Kellerman. This has been Sports Corner.
Thanks, guys. Sports Corner is better than ever, especially since they brought back Bum of the Week, which was a very underrated segment from the first episode. Episode 3, baby. We're bringing it back. All right, Teddy. And as you know, everyone, if you're 3 episodes in, you know the deal. At the very end, Teddy tries something new, because apparently he hasn't tried a lot of things. This week, we got some watermelon fresh from the Shaw's Produce. Tom cut it for me himself, personally.
Did he really?
I think so. He probably cut it.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, you're welcome. Why did I say you're welcome? All right, Teddy. This is good. I think you're going to like this. Okay?
Okay, this looks like super disgusting watermelon.
Well, here, I'll get you a good piece. Yeah. That one right there. That's your goal.
This is surprisingly good.
Surprisingly good?
Yes, surprisingly.
What, did you expect it to be bad?
Yes.
This is a summertime treat for everyone. Everyone has this. I can't believe you've never had this. It's good stuff, right?
I would give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Would you have it again?
Maybe. I might.
We got it, guys. We finally found a fruit that I think Teddy would enjoy.
I like lots of fruits, all right? There was like 3 fruits that I haven't
Welch's
tried.
fruit snacks don't count, Teddy.
Okay, the only 3 fruits that I hadn't tried was apple, watermelon, and pear. Cam has never tried a mango.
Screw you, Teddy, dude. Okay, anyway, folks, that's the show. We had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Teddy, finish that piece of watermelon so I know that you enjoy it.
Cut.
Go again. Come
Cut.
on. Teddy.
Cut.
Teddy, eat it. Finish it. That's not finished. You just finish it.
Stop the damn camera.
He said he... No, don't stop it. You never stop. I tell you to stop.
I am in charge of this
No,
show.
you're not, Teddy. Okay, folks, we're going to stop it on some indifferences here. I'm Cam.
I'm Teddy.
This has been the Cam and Teddy Show, folks. Thank you. Good night.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair.
Well, I can't believe we also forgot. Thank you very much, Mr. Seth Pfeiffer, for giving us the space. Thank you, Ms. Hall, for letting us do the show. And thank you for anyone we interviewed. And thank you for our intern, Maggie O'Donnell. Thank you, I guess, Gunnar, maybe Paul. And thank you, Matt, who is home with whooping cough. Thank you, everyone. Good night.